The Saturday Brunch Film Review.
Meet Terry Doolittle.
Yeah! Hi!
She was on her way up.
I've got to have the promotion. I've got to have it.
Until she fell in with the wrong crowd.
Mr. Van Meter? Mr. Van Meter? What do you mean he's dead? Dead?
Now, she's trying to stay alive.
Some guy calling himself Jumpin Jack Flash taps into my computer.
And save a guy named Jumpin Jack Flash.
What? Jumpin Jack Flash.
The KGB?
I'm a little black woman in a big silver box where the top of the thing says phone.
Is she on some kind of medication?
20th Century Fox presents Whoopi Goldberg in her first motion picture comedy.
And that's the truth.
Jumpin Jack Flash.
Oh, get it.
Jumpin Jack Flash, directed by Penny Marshall, starring Whoopi Goldberg, Jonathan Pryce, Stephen Collins, Carol Kane, and John Lovitz. This is Swap Shop, and I've managed to get Dom to watch one of my most favourite films. This is a real guilty pleasure from my childhood.
The music's good,
isn't it? It's Thomas Newman, by the way, who did American Beauty and Skyfall.
And having seen, well, I love Whoopi Goldberg anyway, and now that she's not in as much as she used to be, it was nice seeing this just for kind of like a weekly dose of Whoopi.
A weekly dose of Whoopi. I think she'd be really pleased to hear that.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure she listens. She's a regular listener to the show. We'll add her alongside the Russell Crowe jingle.
So, yeah, basic plot of the film. This is definitely a film that would have no chance of working at all today, would it? It is set in time.
The bits from it to kind of herald how computers end up working.
It does. So basically she works in a bank in New York City as a sort of a bank transfer worker, I think. So she basically transfers money from one account to another internationally. This is set in 1986, well before you had even like Windows. I mean, she's running like a DOS program.
And she's the quirky one in the office because she's got toys and all sorts.
Yeah, there's a great scene when she comes into the office and she's like, everyone in the office and the manager's got to pick on me, and everyone's just got a normal computer, and then hers is covered in like action figures and plasters and stickers and all sorts. But anyway, she's on a computer one day and somebody starts talking to her through a computer. And obviously that's quite strange in 1986. Today we wouldn't think anything of it, but still. And she's kind of intrigued and wants to find out who it was and what they need. And the long and the short of it is, it's a secret agent that basically is stuck in Europe and needs to get out and needs help. And this woman, who has absolutely nothing to do with secret agents or government agencies or anything, tries to help him out. And that's the basic plot of the film. It's hilarious. I think this is really, really funny. Dom, you better agree or I might have to kill you.
well, I don't know how to respond to a death threat, really.
Well, that's why I said it.
I think the last half hour or so of the film is hilarious. I think it makes the best use of Whoopi Goldberg's talents. Won't spoil any of the major plot points in it, but you heard a bit of it in the intro there. She is in a telephone box. It ends up being held up by a crane. They have a chase throughout throughout the city. She then ends up being tackled by a pair of KGB thugs. She ends up besting them in a really comedic way, and it all kind of spirals out from there. I think that bit was brilliant. It's a chasing with Rescue Me playing in the background. I thought that was absolutely hilarious, but I don't think the film best uses her comedic talents enough. I think there are flashes of it throughout, but it takes, I think, the wrong angle with what I think is a really good genesis of an idea, which is, what if this spy was communicating to you through a computer and you had no experience in it? It should have gone along the route of a rat race-esque style caper of someone who was not used to spying, being thrust into that world, and the comedic consequences of that. Oh, well, actually, she ends up being haphazardly rather good at it. But instead, what the angle it goes with is more of a romance, which is a problem because a character doesn't seem like she's someone that would need a person, and I can't remember what the other point was, but it just feels... Oh, the other problem with having that is because you do not see Jack very much at all. You see him for about 20 seconds at the end of the film. Because it's all done through computers, you just see scrolling of text. After a point, the filmmakers actually start putting an overlay of Whoopi Goldberg's voice and Jack's voice over it.
Yeah.
Just so it isn't just someone typing onto a screen.
Yeah, but if you look at the way that works, so basically the majority of the film is her talking through the computer to this guy who's called himself Jumpin Jack Flash, right? Now, the first time you actually hear his voice, it's sort of like put as if she's hearing his voice in her head. That only starts happening when she visits his apartment and hears his voicemail machine, and then because she has an idea of what he sounds like, that's the point in the film where you start to hear.
True, but
his voice.
It was quite convenient.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah. And her character just seems like someone that would be more after the adventure that a spy life would bring, rather than necessarily the romance of it. The opening credit scroll through her apartment shows old movie posters, spy novels. So her character just seems a bit above... Oh, I just need to have a man. I
think you touched on something here that is a production issue, because it's quite well known that this film had a different director who was sacked halfway through, and then Penny Marshall took over. Penny Marshall, you'll know for directing Big, which was a massive success. In fact, I think it was the next film she did after Jumpin Jack Flash.
I have seen the giant keyboard in the... What was it? F.O. Schwartz in New York. They still keep it out on the second floor for you to have a play on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Still up there.
Well, other scenes I have to mention about Jumpin Jack Flash, surely the bit where she's trying to infiltrate the British embassy.
That was, yeah.
And she's in this little blue dress and it gets caught in the paper shredder, and it's just hilarious.
See, there are caperish moments there, and that is what you're saying. The bits you like are the bits where Whoopi Goldberg is allowed to be Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, absolutely.
Rather than pining for somebody. But maybe, I mean, it's her first major starring role. It's only her second...
comedic one anyway, yeah.
It's a second proper role where she had her character had a name, and it's like 7 years before Sister Act, so maybe they didn't quite know what to do with her. But at the same time, she's a comedienne, so they must have been aware of her talents at the very least.
And it's a great supporting cast in Jumpin Jack Flash as well. You've also got Jonathan Pryce, the Welsh actor, who plays Jumpin Jack Flash. Incredible to see him looking so young and incredibly different. You'll know him, of course, for Tomorrow Never Dies and Pirates of the Caribbean. It also co-stars Stephen Collins in a role I'm not going to confirm because it's a bit of a spoiler, but you'll know him as William Decker from the first Star Trek film.
He's good, though.
He is very good in it, in fact. You also got Carol Kane, who is a brilliant actress. She plays Terry Doolittle, which is Whoopi's character, her best friend in it. You'll know her from Scrooged, which we will be talking about in a couple of weeks because it was my favourite Christmas film.
It's the first thing I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's a good film, but Dom, you will know her also because she's about to star as Gertrude Kappelput in Gotham.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. I read this
Gertrude Cobblepot.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's Oswald's mother.
Yeah, but no, it's the Cobblepot spelling. It's Kapelput.
That's wrong. As a penguinologist, I can tell you that Cobblepot is spelled with a C.
I thought that, but anyway. And you also got John Lovitz, who you'll know from cameos in Friends, Matilda, big Saturday Night Live performer, and he's also in Rat Race with Whoopi Goldberg.
Matilda, have you seen Matilda?
I haven't seen Matilda.
Right!
I got slaughtered for this week by my friends. They're like, are you kidding me?
We're doing Matilda. We're doing Matilda at some point.
So there we go. But yeah, as we also mentioned, a great score by Thomas Newman, far better than the one he did for Skyfall, I can say, when we're listening to it now, in fact. Some great music. There was a cover of the title song. Of course, the film was named after the Rolling Stones song Jumpin Jack Flash, and there was a cover for the film by Aretha Franklin, which was very good. Another great scene in the film, where Whoopi's trying to work out the lyrics to Jumpin Jack Flash, and she can't understand what Mick Jagger's saying. It is so funny, Dom. It's just so funny.
The Saturday Brunch Film Review.